What is going on? And welcome back to Vroom Vroom motherfucking Dana. Thanks again, you guys, for all tuning in. I'm actually pretty excited today. I'm gonna go on some trail that I've been wanting to go on for a long time. I don't even think it's that cool of a trail. It's just a trail I found a long time ago, and I didn't want to go on it by myself because I was like, if my shit breaks down, I'm gonna have to freaking eat my own shit and drink my own pee if I get abandoned out here. So I brought my dad along today. That way, if we both break down, we could just eat each other's pee and shit. I almost hit that fucking bird. Oh my god, that was terrifying. Today's video though is not even going to be like solely focused on the riding I do, but it definitely correlates to it, that's for sure, because in this video I'm gonna be talking about how to get your dirt bike street legal wherever you want, baby. Even in the strict state of California, you'll be able to ride your dirt bike wherever you want. You could go in the hills, you could go in the streets, anywhere you want to go, you're going to be able to. So stay tuned, it's going to be a good video, and pretty soon you'll be able to ride your dirt bike on the street just like I'm doing right now and in all my other videos I record.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
A wizard.
I've been putting this video off for so fucking long, and I'm so glad that I'm finally uploading it. Like, I've been getting asked these questions like, dude, how are you riding your dirt bike on the street, this and that. So I'm finally here for you guys. Ah, what a bust. Alright, so I'm gonna leave a link down in the description for you guys of a text article where I learned how to do this entire thing. That way, at the end of this video, if you just wanted to go over there and read it, instead of having to like rewind and shit, you could just go down there and follow all the direction they give you, because they are 100% spot on, and it's exactly how I was able to get my bike registered. I went to this article, I read up, I did a little bit of my research, I read some of the comments on the article, and then I sent my shit in, waited a few weeks, and got my place for my dirt bike. It's kind of a way around the system, if I'm being honest with you guys, because when you get your dirt bike street legal through this way, you're actually getting plates from the state of South Dakota. Unless you actually happen to live in South Dakota, then that works out perfect for you. But it's like the only state you're allowed to register a bike at from your home address. Basically what I mean from this is that when you're doing this paperwork, you are sending this paperwork, you're sending your title all the way to South Dakota in exchange for a South Dakota title. So say you live in California, say you live in Florida, wherever you guys live, you're going to be doing this, and you're going to be trading in your Florida title, you're going to be trading in your California title, and you're trading it in for the South Dakota title, and that's how you're going to be able to get your bike street legal. Alright, so why do you even want to go through the pain of doing this? Why do you even want to register your bike in South Dakota? Well, I can't speak for every state, but I'm sure there's definitely other states that are just as strict as California. In California, you cannot get a dirt bike plated. It's impossible now. Pre-2004, we were able to, but after 2004, they came out with a law in the state of California which you were unable to plate your dirt bikes anymore, and so this is kind of the way around that. So what you're going to do, like I said, is you're going to mail in your title, go down to the text article, man, read up. You're going to have to go get a, what's the name for it? I can't even think of the, notary. Sorry about that, you guys. You're going to have to go down and get paperwork notarized. You're going to have to send in a text letter. Again, I do not want to go over it all in this video for you guys because it's going to be long, it's going to be boring, and it's so much easier to go down and read this text article down in the description. And like I said, you're going to be mailing in your title. You're going to have to get stuff notarized. And the biggest thing, you guys, is if your dirt bike, if you go on your VIN number and you go to the 8th digit of your dirt bike, and again, this is for the state of California, it may differ in other states, just do a little bit of research, but in the state of California, if your dirt bike has the 8th digit in the VIN number, a 3 or a C, you're not going to be able to transfer it to your home state. Again, you'll be able to get a South Dakota plate, and if you want to keep the South Dakota plate, that's 100% okay. If you're on like a KX 450F or something, it's probably going to have a 3 or a C in the 8th position, because it's going to be deemed solely as a motocross bike. You are going to be able to ride it on the street, but when it comes time, maybe you want to sail the bike and you have a plate on it, a lot of people aren't going to be turned on by a South Dakota plate. I feel like I'm so confusing around trying to explain all that. Like, there's so much info and I'm trying to explain it, and I feel like I'm just not making any sense at all. I will say one thing though, it is a pretty long waiting game to get the title from South Dakota once you did complete all the paperwork and get everything filled out. When I did it, it took about 1 week to get my plate in the mail, which wasn't that bad at all. In 1 week turnaround time, I was riding my dirt bike on the street, but it takes about a month to a month and a half to get your title in the mail, to get your South Dakota title. So if you're waiting and waiting, you're like, shit, man, I think they fucked me over. I think they ripped me off. Just be patient, because I thought the same exact thing. Like I said, from South Dakota to California, it took about 1 week to get my license plate, my South Dakota license plate, and it took about a month and a week to get my title from them. See, now the biggest thing in this whole entire thing is, say you got your South Dakota plate, say you got them in the mail, you put them on your dirt bike, you have whatever you need for your city or your state. You got blinkers, you got a brake light, you have everything. You have everything that you need for it to be legal in your state, but you still have a South Dakota plate. The biggest thing is, people are like, well, you need to get your own title for your own state within 2 weeks, or else you're going to get pulled over and it's a fee because of this and that. And look, man, I had my South Dakota plates for 3 months. I've had my fair share of cops looking at me, running my plates. I will say, I've never been pulled over, but instead of 2 weeks like everybody keeps saying, I've had my plates for 3 months and never had a problem. And the reason is because, look, you have a South Dakota title, but on the South Dakota title, you have your home address. So, for example, I had a South Dakota title, I live in California, I live in Lake Elsinore, California. So on my South Dakota title, although it was a South Dakota title, on the title, the address was my Lake Elsinore address in California. I didn't make up some stupid ass address in South Dakota, which if you're planning on doing that, don't do it, because that's a waste of fucking time. What's up, dude? What? I got all caught up in that. But like I was saying, don't make some stupid ass address up. Don't do stupid shit like that. Put your California address, and then on your South Dakota title, you're gonna have your address from wherever you're from. Again, if it's California, Florida, fucking New Hampshire, wherever you are that you need to get this done, make sure you use your home address. And I think that's the loophole around the whole entire thing, is if you get pulled over, there's not really much they can say, because on the title, that's actually where you live. I really hope this is all making sense for you guys. I'm trying to explain it to the best of my abilities, but I still feel like it's a little confusing. If you ever have any questions throughout this video or at the end of the video, if you head over there, check it all out, and you have any questions, feel free to let me know, you guys, in the comments. DM me on another social platform and we'll get it figured out together. I mean, I've already gone through this whole entire thing before. I've already gone through the process of filling everything out, waiting, so I do have some experience with it. So like I said, man, anything you guys need to know or anything, just feel free to let me know and I'll answer it to the best of my abilities. So I'm going to touch briefly on the VIN number thing, and again, I know this applies for the state of California. I'm not sure if it applies for other states. I'm sure a quick Google search will get you the information you need if it does apply. But in the state of California, if your 8th digit in the VIN of your motorcycle is a 3 or a C, it is deemed as an off-road vehicle. It is deemed as a red stickered bike, and you will never, I mean, okay, I'm sure there's other ways around the system because nothing is impossible, but if you have a 3 or a C in the 8th digit, you are going to have a whole nother world of problems when it comes to registering your bike if you want to get it registered in your home state. So if your 8th digit has a 3 or a C, either leave it in the South Dakota plate, and I'm sure you'll never have a fucking problem, or B, look for another bike if you wanted to get it plated in your home state. So I do know a lot of green sticker bikes are actually have different digits other than the 3 or a C. I'm not going to say all of them, so definitely make sure to double check the bike you are either have or you're either planning to buy. But for example, when I got this WR450F, my whole goal was to get a bike that did not have the 8th digit, a 3 or a C, because in the long run I wanted to get it California plated, because it heavily increases the value of the bike, because in California it is so hard to find a bike, and technically you're not supposed to have your bike plated in the state of California. But again, the loophole kind of around that system is to make sure the 8th digit does not have a 3 or a C. So just be sure to check that out when you're purchasing a vehicle. If you never want to get it registered in your home state, then you don't even have to worry about it. Now again, for California, I heard of this rule called the 7,500 mile rule, and again, that's another gray area when it comes to getting your bike plated. Now I've had 2 different experiences with this rule. Technically, again, if you want your bike plated in California, again, I'm sorry, I'm not sure about the other states. Just again, please do your research, that way you can back up what I say right here. But for California, you need to have that 8th digit clear of a 3 or a C, and supposedly you need 7,500 or more miles on your vehicle you're trying to get plated, because it deems it as a used vehicle through the state of California. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what people have said, that's what articles have said. And I will say, the first time I got a dirt bike plated, they actually did ask if it had 7,500 miles or more, and luckily with that, the speedometer or odometer, I was able to maybe make it go a little higher than what it had, and I was able to get it plated because it did say it had over 7,500 miles. But when it came to get this WR plated in the state of California, they never asked me, which was weird. So I guess it kind of depends on where you go and how loosely they follow the rules, or maybe they just write down that it has 10,000 miles, or they really don't care. But that's what I'm unsure of. I'm not 100% sure if that 7,500 mile rule does apply. Again, it would probably be the safest option to maybe make sure your bike does have 7,500 more miles. Do what you have to do. That's what I'm going to say, to make sure it has 7,500 or more miles, because it's always good to play it a little bit safe. That way, if they do ask you how many miles it has, you're able to give them a number that is above that 7,500 mark. Alright, you guys, well, that's kind of all the info I have for you guys, and that's how I got my dirt bike plated and was able to ride it on the street. Either if you want to ride with the South Dakota plate or you ride with the plate of your state, it is totally up to you guys. But again, go down in the description, check that link out. I'm nowhere affiliated with them at all. It's just a great article, and it gives you everything you need to do to get your bike plated. It has all the appropriate paperwork, it has shit highlighted for you. It basically breaks it down perfectly for you. I mean, I did it first try, I followed what it said, and like I said, I had my South Dakota plates in the mail a week later, so it was totally awesome. I mean, I recommend it. I never had a problem, you guys. I never had a problem running around with South Dakota plates. If you do want to get it plated in your home state, just do a little research. Leave me a comment down below, because it is a little bit more technical to get it plated in your state. But then again, I was able to get it plated in California, and I've heard that is the absolute hardest, most strict state it is to get it plated. So it's definitely possible, you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. I would recommend a WR450 or a CRF 450X if you're wanting to go out and get a dirt bike plated. The reason is because the WR 450s and the CRF 450Xs already come with a headlight and already come with a tail light, so that's something you don't have to deal with. You don't have to install a different stator, you don't gotta fuck around with that stuff. You just gotta slap on blinkers and a couple other things to make it street legal, again depending on your state. In RockyMountainATV.com, they sell a kit for this. It's actually made by Tusk, and it's a wonderful kit. It's what I put on this bike. I think it runs about 170 bucks. You get your brake light hookups, you get blinkers, you get switches on here, you get a horn, it comes with the mirror, you get everything you need, and it's a fantastic kit. I would highly recommend it. So yeah, thanks you guys for tuning in. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed that video, please be sure to leave a like down below. That is VroomVroomDana. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this video does help you guys out, and I'll talk to you next time. Deuces, my friends.